you could just give some opening thoughts on the win over Syracuse, and then we'll open it up to questions.
How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are all good. Appreciate you being on, as always. Exciting. I thought our team brought some great energy. I loved our bench today. Our whole bench did a really good job. Obviously, Syracuse is a great program. They have really good players. They have a Hall of Fame coach, so a ton of respect to Syracuse. I know how hard this game would be for us. I loved our last 5.5 minutes on the defensive end. I thought we set some goals today to, do a great job on the backboards, and we did that. And our guards did a really good job, taking Gerard out of the game. Just everyone contributed and really helped. It was a real team win today, and so they earned a good day off tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach. We'll start it off with a question from Jerry Carino.
Hi, Steve. A lot of the nation is watching your team for the first time tonight. What do you think Rutgers showed them?
Well, the last 5.5 minutes, I thought, toughness and rebounding, figuring out a way. Everybody contributes. Everybody made big plays for us. We were in foul trouble today. We had to play through a lot of obstacles, facing that zone for 40 minutes too. And it's a really good zone with great length. But we showed, some really good toughness and proud of our guys. But it took everybody doing everything, the little things. The guys coming off the bench, gave us some good minutes. We're down Gio and Caleb McConnell, so we're down a couple guys. So more guys had to contribute, and just really excited we were able to get this win tonight. It was a good game, and we went through a lot of ups and downs during it, and we just kept plugging away. And I really proud. Last 5 minutes, I don't think they scored a basket. Really good defense.
We'll go to Bobby Darren with the next question, and then Fonseca after him.
Steve, can you talk about Ron's game? Another big game scoring. Just talk about what he meant tonight.
I loved his rebounding today, too, and he sat down and guarded some really good guards. Richmond can go by people, and I thought, not just the points, he gave us some really great leadership, too, in the timeouts. He was very vocal today, which I love. I mean, they were into the game, and our team had to bring our own energy. Obviously, the rack would have been jumping today, but the guys had to bring it themselves, and Ron does a lot of things for us, scores inside, scores outside. He's a good passer, and now he's guarding some really good players on the perimeter. So he did a great job of keeping people in front of him.
We'll go to Brian Fonseca.
Yes, Steve. Jacob Young, how big was he in that last 5 minutes and a half on both sides of the floor? And against Gerard, it seems like he defended him pretty well all night.
I mean, Gerard's really good. We recruited him out of high school. I think I saw him score 48 points in a high school game. He obviously scored 30 points as a freshman in games, a bunch of 20-point nights. Jacob's fast and did a really good job getting through all the screens and making his life, really, really difficult. I also love the fact he was really passing the basketball. He made some great plays for us. He brings terrific energy. He has to share the game. He scores. I thought the last 5 minutes, too, he really, did a great job on the defensive end of the floor. So he had a great game, his first double-double, so proud of him.
We'll go to Richie next, and then Mike Ashmore after him.
Hey, Coach, can you talk a little bit about Miles Johnson's game? I know he had a double-double and no blocks this time, but how tough was it to keep him in, being he was in foul trouble for a good amount of the time?
Yeah, I mean, we had both. Cliff got in foul trouble early. We're lucky. Miles does a ton of great things for us. I mean, he's a really good passer. He'll block shots. He'll alter a ton of shots. He can guard, different positions. He comes in and gets us a double-double, and he kind of had to play through all kinds of foul trouble too. So he had a lot of obstacles today. But really, really excited. 28 hard minutes, and really helped us do a lot of things offensively and defensively. So real proud of it. Miles has been working hard. We had a great week of practice, and Miles had a great week of practice. So I think you saw that tonight.
Coach, you're obviously pretty well aware of the recent history of the program against Syracuse. How big to finally get over the hump against them?
Yeah, I mean, I can only tell you, anytime you could beat a program like Syracuse, it's a good step for your program. We knew we'd be tested tonight, and we were. Coach Boeheim's almost won 1,000 games. I played against him when I was at UConn. Ton of respect for their program, and he makes winning 20 games look easy. And I know how difficult it is to win one game. So, to beat them, I think our guys worked hard. They were averaging 82 points a game. We held them to 69. And we made more threes than they did, so our defense was up to the task tonight.
We can go back to Jerry Carino.
Steve, you had wondered aloud a few times this preseason leading up to now how your team would respond in an empty rack. What did it show you about your team's maturity, how they responded in that place tonight, given the circumstances?
I loved it. That's what I meant. Our whole bench was up. They gave us tremendous energy. Every single guy was rooting for their teammates. I think we have a chance if we continue to be humble and hungry, but we also have to be together. And they really worked today. Everyone was rooting for guys. Even when a guy made a mistake, another guy was patting him on the back. We had, really good leadership. And Gio and Caleb do a lot too, even though they can't play right now too. So real proud of our guys because we have to bring our own energy. We have to be driven in these games. In the last 5 minutes, it was a war, and we had to drum up enough energy to get us through that 5-minute mark. And I thought we did, an awesome job. But it was a team effort.
We can go next to Zach Bazilia. Zach, you're muted now if I can't hear you. Alright, Zach, we're gonna skip Zach for a moment. We can't hear Zach. We're gonna go to Mike Curtis from Syracuse.com.
Hey, Coach, your team snapped a 13-game losing streak, dating back to 2003 when Syracuse won the national championship. Based on your last 5 seasons, did you notice anything different about this team this year?
About Syracuse's team?
Yeah.
I mean, they're very similar to all the teams in the past. They got great length. The 2-3 zone is tough to crack. They have really good players. Obviously, his son is out. That gives him another deep weapon. Griffin is a good player. Gerard, we recruited. Braswell, I mean, and he's a great coach. So that's why they just keep churning out 20-win seasons and NCAA bids. They look like a lot of teams that Syracuse always has, and tough outs, well coached, and really good perimeter guys, and that can really shoot the ball and space the floor out.
If I have a quick follow-up, you mentioned you played against Jim Boeheim back when you were in college. What does it mean to get a win against him as a coach?
Just, I have a ton of respect for Coach Boeheim. He does an unbelievable job. He should go on the Mount Rushmore of college coaches. He's one of the best. And, just happy for our guys today and glad that we were able, to win the game. But he's one of the all-time greats, so.
We can go back to Zach now and then Aaron Berryman after him.
Sorry about that. Steve, what have you seen from Ron with Gio out? It seems like he's really kind of stepped to the forefront for you guys. You mentioned his leadership tonight.
Yeah.
At a time, it was arguably your best player early in the year with such high expectations. Things could go sideways. What have you seen from him, and what have you liked what he's done for you?
I mean, Ron keeps getting better and better every year. So, he's a real tough matchup. He's one of the true players in the country, and there's not many. He can score off the dribble. He can post. He can shoot threes. Today his defense too, and he'll block shots. But I just loved his leadership, today, and Gio's not around, and he really stepped it up in that area and gives guys a lot of confidence, and he just keeps getting better and better. His best basketball's ahead of him too, and it's kind of scary. But real pleased with his development. He's a great teammate too. So a lot of great qualities. Wish I had 5 more like him.
Hey, Coach.
Go ahead.
Just wanted to ask if, do you feel there was more pressure on your team to win this game because it was really the only high-profile non-conference game on the schedule? And how do you think weathering the storm the way you did, especially without Gio, helps build confidence for Big Ten play?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to play the fourth toughest schedule I think we are right now in the country. So, we play in the best league, and we're going to have multiple opportunities to play all kinds of good teams. So it was a good win today, and we're still figuring out our team a little bit too early on. We've had to grind out games, and this was a 40-minute, grind, and I'm pleased with my team that they were able to grind it out. So we'll be, on to the next game. We'll enjoy it for a day. They have a day off, and we'll be ready to start the toughest league in the country, 20-game stretch.
Late night, guys. We'll make this the last one. We'll give John Fanta the last one.
Yeah.
Steve, good to see you. Gio Baker's been known as that closer for you guys, and rightfully so. What does it say, though, that when you're down 3, things are tense tonight, that yes, he was an extension of you coming from the bench and getting your guys going, but the fact that the rest of the group out on the floor put that together for a program win?
Yeah, no, it was great because everyone chipped in. I mean, Montez made a huge shot for us. Miles gets an and one. Jacob makes the free throws. We have some big defensive stops. I mean, every single guy. Ron did what Ron does, so it was a great, great team win. And when you lose somebody like Gio that wants the ball at the end of games, we really believe we got a lot of guys that want the ball, and I think you saw a lot of guys step up and take some big shots, and Montez got a big rebound too down the stretch, so a lot of good things. And Paul always does the little things sometimes that don't show up in the score, in the box score. So Paul will get a tip, he'll switch on a screen, he'll do some different things, and I always love his decisions too late in the game. So every single guy really chipped in and helped us win the basketball game. That's what's going to take playing teams like Syracuse.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. We'll let Coach go. Ron wants to talk to you shortly.
There you go. Ron's in the background there.